Guys, Jim here with another Liberator deck profile for you guys. Today it's glares, since Zach helped me get the last couple glares I needed to finish the deck. So without further ado, our starter again is Guido. For those of you who don't know, his ability is when you're in a Legion, you can put him in Soul, check the top 3 cards of your deck, and Superior Call Liberator from among them. It's really good because it helps you enable Glare's ability and it helps save you Counterblast, so it's just a really great card. And then for grade 3s, we're running 4 Glare. Glare's ability is you can Counterblast 1, kill a rear guard, and then check the top 4 cards of your deck and call Liberator from among them. You don't have to be in Legion to use the skill, so you can do it to get the 4th card for Legion. So it's a pretty good skill, and it fuels his other ability, which is when a unit is Superior Call from the deck, if you're in Legion, you can Counterblast 1, discard a Blue Flame, and then he gets a critical, and your opponent cannot guard with grade 0s. It's just a really great card. You can end the game on 3 damage. It's basically the glorified Glory Maelstrom skill, and it's just a great card overall, especially with a Bruno behind it. You can really easily hit 33 with some of the other cards in the deck.
You just make glorified Glory Maelstrom.
And you can and you can also still stack his effects. So if you want to Counterblast 1 and discard another grade 3 Bluish Flame, if you Superior Call another unit, he can get 2 crits, but a lot of times you won't do that.
And they can't perfect guard with 1s again.
Yeah. And then for our backup grade 3, we're again running Percival because it doesn't really mesh well with Core, and it already counterblasts enough as it is. So we're running Percival, whose skill is when you Legion, you can check the top 4 cards of your deck and call Liberator from among that. So it's just a really good card to help fill out your columns. And a lot of times you won't even need to ride it, you just discard it with Glare. And then his secondary ability is he gets +2 if you have another card in the center column. So. And then for grade 2s, you run 4 Regulation Liberator Aglavale. He is an 11k attacker if you have a Bluish Flame, Vanguard, and his secondary ability is when he has Superior Call from the deck, you can Soul Blast 1, check the top 5 cards of your deck, and add a grade 3 to your hand. So it's just really great because it helps fuel the Glare engine once again.
Only search Bluish Flames, right? Not just any grade 3? Okay, I was curious.
It'll be a little too good if you could search other things. But
just any grade 3.
Yeah,
you play in every Liberator deck.
Any card. And then the best card in the deck, Oath Liberator Aglavale. His ability is when he's placed, it doesn't even have to be Superior Called. You Counterblast 1, check the top 3 cards of your deck, and call Liberator from one of them. So it's just a really good card. It helps you swarm the field turn 2, and just it's free advantage. And then finally, we're running 2 Lawful Liberator Trumpeter. His ability is when you Legion, not finally, I have one more grade 2, but
I was gonna say, and finally my ass.
When you Legion, you can check the top 3 cards of your deck and Superior Call Liberator from among that. It's really good because it helps you save Counterblast and enables Glare's ability again, and it just helps you fill out your feud. And then I like 1 Marin as a tech. Her ability is she's a little bit older. She came out with Monarch Alfred. Her ability is when she's Superior Called, you can check the top 5 cards of your deck and add a grade 3 from among them. So it's really good because you don't even have to Soul Blast, so it's basically free as long as you call it. So it's just a nice tech. And then grade 1s, obviously we're running 4 Perfect Guards. If I had the new art of the Perfect Guard, I'd run 4 Urdra, but they still get the job done. And then we're running 4 Brunos, which is pretty much the reason this deck is so good. His skill is when you Superior Call a unit, he gets +3000 and it stacks. So if you have it behind a Glare, you can easily, after you call 2 units, he'll be at 33. It just helps you hit really nice columns, and he even had 21 on the rear guard with a grade 3 or the 11k attacker.
What's the biggest you've gotten Glare with that?
62.
I think 48 so far, but
nice.
I haven't really tried to get it so far because it's just kind of an added bonus. And then I'm only running 3 Josephus. I took out 1 for the extra starter. It's kind of a last-ditch card that you want to call because you'd rather call your Brunos, your Aglavales, and your other cards. But its skill is still really nice, and its skill is when it is Superior Called, you can Soul Blast 1 to draw a card. So you'll see what I took out, the 4th Josephus 4 later. And then to round out the grade 1s, we run Zoran. This is more for stability than anything, and to help you hit cards you actually want to call or pump up your Bruno even more. His ability is when he is Superior Called, you can put him in Soul, check top 3, and Superior Call Liberator from among them, and put the rest on the bottom of the deck. So it's really good because it just helps you balance everything, like I said, and bump up the Brunos. And then finally, for grade 0s, I run an extra starter because it's just really nice. If you top deck into it, you can just call it from your hand, or if you call it, it's just another way to add power to Bruno, and it's counterblast free, so it helps you with Glaire's ability.
What did you take out, a 2 or a 1?
I took out 1 Josephus.
Okay.
Because I wanted my 11 grade 2s. But also note his ability, after you use it, you have to shuffle. Glaire's ability, the cards go on the bottom.
Wait, what, really? I thought that was the other guy.
No, you have to shuffle.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Glaire's ability, you don't have to shuffle, they go on bottom. Aglavale's ability, they go on the bottom. But the grade 2,
everything except for the Marin. Everything but the Marin and him.
And Regulation Liberator, the mate for Glaire, you have to shuffle because you checked all 5.
Yeah.
And then for triggers, I'm running...
Good job! Good job!
Organization. I'm running 12 crit, 4 heal. You can run Catch School because it does add a nice presence to the deck and kind of more consistency and can pump up Bruno further. But I'd much rather run the 12 crits and be able to kill my opponent at 3 damage with Glaire. So it's just a really great card. I mean, Catch Goal is still good, but I feel like the 12 crits are better in this deck. So that's deck profile, guys. Hope you enjoy, and remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Try getting for like 2 seconds. I'm typing a text.
All right. Also, guys, check out, we made a Facebook fan page. So we'll be posting topics for discussion on there. And if you ever want to see a deck profile or a certain matchup, just post on there, and I'm sure we can get to it. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching.